Hi everybody, welcome back to the Looney Bin. My name is Looney. In today's One Piece video, I want to talk about something that has been happening a lot over the past few years. It's been happening for as long as I could remember. It's a type of argument, debate, beef that two communities have had. And I want to talk about it because it's like, it makes utterly no sense that these two communities should be fighting. And I'm talking about the Nami and Robin fan base. Now, you can put blame on either side. You know, if you're a Nami fan, you put the blame on Robin's side. If you're a Robin fan, you put the blame on Nami's side. Let's face the facts here. It doesn't matter, you know, which side is at fault. The point is that we shouldn't be having any of these arguments at all. Why? Because there's no reason for it. There's absolutely no reason for it, because we can both appreciate both female characters the same way, with respect. They're both members of the Straw Hats. They're both the female members of the Straw Hats who can kick ass, who are smart and intelligent individuals who have moments that shine. Yet we constantly keep arguing about which of the two female characters are better. You know, Nami's better, Robin's better. You know, Nami's the heroine. Robin is, you know, much better character than Nami is. You know, Nami's a gold digger. Robin is useless, doesn't do anything. All of this and all that. So we keep making these arguments. We keep going back and forth with these constant baits, these constant insults being thrown around all over the place, when the reality is they care for each other so freaking much. Nami is Robin's cheerleader. Robin is Nami's cheerleader. Both of these girls have each other's backs. They're like, what? I don't understand the inability for fans to like both. I get it. Sometimes a certain member of the Nami community or even the Robin community go too far, you know, where they insult the other character, where they can't talk about their favorite character unless they're insulting the other character. It happens quite a lot, especially in recent years, because Agenda Piece, as I mentioned before, Agenda Piece is a nightmare, and that's where all of the toxicity in the One Piece community spreads from. It always happens. It's so awful to see, because I like both Nami and Robin. Do I prefer Nami more than Robin? Yes, I do. But I will not insult Robin or put Robin down in order to prop Nami up. The same way, if I was going to give Robin her flowers, I would not do anything in any sort of way to insult Nami in order to prop her up. It's a very easy thing to do, yet so many people do not understand this concept. If you are trying very hard to prop up your character while downsizing or like really insulting the other character that you are beefing with, that you don't necessarily like more than this character, you're not doing that character any favor. What you're doing essentially is making the community look like shit. Like your community look like shit. I'll be honest with you. Like, if I saw a Nami fan who insulted Robin fans, you know, by going to a post about, you know, Robin being doing something amazing, you know, I'll be angry about that. I wouldn't want to associate with them like that, right? The same way I would expect Robin fans to do the same about any Nami fan who posts something great about Nami. But yet there are people who go onto these posts and start just immediately starting this debate, this argument, this competition between them. It's ridiculous. It's insulting to both characters who both adore each other. Literally, in the last chapter, we saw Nami cheering for Robin because Robin came to help them. Robin came to save them. Robin had a great idea to try to stop Summers. It didn't work, unfortunately, but that's not the point. Robin had her moment. Robin had a great moment where she instantly thought of a plan and tried to do something. Did it work out? No. Not all plans do work out, especially against individuals who are like invincible, who regenerate, right? What it did, however, is give time for Gavan to come and help. You know? So it's like, it doesn't matter if the action or like the event that occurs, you know, doesn't work out in the way people want it to, or the way people expect it to do, with like, you know, Robin and Nami eventually becoming victorious. If their actions lead to someone else also having some sort of success, or you know, buying time for them to come and try to help, that's great. That's a in my personal opinion, a good moment for that character, right? So it's just like I don't understand this concept, and it's not just a concept in One Piece, by the way. It's a concept that you see in a lot of series, especially when there are two female characters that people either support, love, or hate, right? It always happens. It constantly always happens. It happens in Final Fantasy VII. It happens in goddamn Naruto. It happens in Bleach. A lot of these series always has these two groups, these two communities fight each other to try to prop up the other character and sometimes insult the other character. You do not need to insult any character in order to say, oh, I'm so happy my favorite character had this moment. I'm super happy. Yay. That's all you have to do, right? For the most part, unless it's a really toxic person from that community, they will not bother you. But when you instantly talk about that moment and just say, oh, this character had this moment. Oh, this moment was so much better than this character's moment. Throughout this entire arc or throughout this entire scene or whatever. Like, you are begging. You are absolutely begging for that other community to come and fight back with you. And then when they do fight back with you, you get offended. You get offended that they are insulting you. You think that that's some sort of like a great idea to try and paint them as bad when you are the one who instigated the situation. And this happens all the time. It doesn't matter if you're from the Robin or the Nami community. It always happens. Which is why we should not at all insult the other character, because they don't do that in the actual story either. Oda writes them as like a really close bond. A really close bond that they always have each other's backs. So why can't we as communities have the same thing? Right? It makes no sense. But again, agenda piece. That's where all of this comes from. Agenda piece is, and by far, the most toxic thing to ever come out of One Piece. And you could call it a joke. You can call it being funny, like some people have, even some YouTubers have, saying don't take it too seriously. It's just a joke. No! If you continue feeding into that nonsense, people are going to take it seriously. It always happens. There will always be people who take it too seriously. And you just continue to put more flame into the fire. There's no reason for it. That's why I hate this. I hate that the Robin and Nami community have to hate each other. It makes no sense. I like both characters. They're my 1 and 2. And to see people keep fighting, to see people in the Nami community fighting with Robin fans, to see Robin fans fighting with Nami fans, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's, god damn, agenda piece is the worst thing to ever happen to this fucking community. And to everyone who keeps fueling the fire into the agenda piece, whether it's fucking ZKK, whether it's Zoro versus Sanji, or Luffy versus Kaido, or Admiral Agenda, it doesn't fucking matter. It is the worst thing to ever fucking happen to this community. And everyone who continues to fuel the flames, fuel the fires of this goddamn agenda, you are responsible for this mess. May I have something to do with it? Probably. I probably have at some point. But I realize that how stupid that is and how stupid I probably was. Most people don't understand that. They just want to continue to feel like their agenda is perfect, that their agenda is correct, and they will do anything to make sure that it is. That's how some Nami and Robin fans feel, that they have to be correct, that in order for them to be correct, they have to put down the other character. It's stupid. I hate agenda piece so fucking much. It's ridiculous. Normally you'll never see me be this mad, be this angry, but I'm sick and tired of agenda piece. Regardless of whatever the agenda is. It's stupid. And the fact that so many people just continuously fuel it, the fact that there's so many trolls in this community, it's by far some of the most idiotic things I ever seen. I've seen a lot of takes, a lot of beefing, a lot of arguments within many other communities, but agenda piece is by far, I think, the worst thing I ever seen. It really fucking is. All I'm saying at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you prefer. If you like Robin, you like Robin. If you like Nami, you like Nami. You do not have to put the other on a pedestal. I get it. Some Nami fans can have an ego because we see Nami as the heroine of the series, and some Robin fans feel like that is degrading Robin to a lesser role. I get that, right? But that doesn't mean that you should essentially insult Nami at all. The same, like, you cannot put Robin on a pedestal and insult Nami. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter which route you take. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they're both characters. I don't care who started it. I don't care who does it constantly, right? I don't care. The point is that we should not be doing this at all. Like, this has been going on for a very long time, this beef between Robin and Nami communities. But it has not gotten worse since Agenda Piece came to the fold. It's ridiculous. It's by far the most stupidest thing that has ever come out of the One Piece community. It really has, and it's so frustrating to see. Sorry for my rant. Normally I don't get this angry about certain things, but I really hate this. I really hate the way, like, we are treating Nami and Robin as like it's some sort of competition. At least with Zoro and Sanji fans, they at least have some sort of competition that is actually based on the lore. You know, where Sanji or Zoro want to always outdo each other. With Nami and Robin, there's no such thing, so it makes no sense. It really does not make any sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, be civil. If you are not civil, I will not read your comments. In fact, I might even just ignore them. But just be civil. I understand that people all have different experiences with different communities. I get that. I truly do. I've seen and experienced members of my own community attacking me about, you know, liking Nami and, you know, making sure I don't like any other character. I've experienced that. I know what that feels like. But you cannot take one individual who pisses you off or who bothers you and make that your entire personality to hate on that character, to generalize an entire community. It's ridiculous. So that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.